Man, he nailed the nice. You hear him say nice? Nice?
Ooh, nice.
That was really impressive. We are back and doing another reaction video. I got my little NutriBullet full of lemon water. That's how hardcore I am at the moment. Taking it easy, trying to drop the carbs down. But I got that here to make sure that the voice is nice and fresh. And I am in the Aussie, no worries mate t-shirt. So that came from a friend from Brazil. Aussie. This is something they say when they sort of get surprised. They're like, whoa, Aussie. Anyway. Let's get into it. So I had this sent to me from one of my workers, Kate, who is from the Philippines. I have no idea what to expect. Apparently it's called Bogart the Explorer. I assume I'm saying that correctly. And there is the first video showing Philippine driving. The next one looks like it's Bogart the Explorer, the Philippine Snatcher, whatever that is. Apparently he's impersonating the crocodile hunter. And then we have the Aussie test. How Australian is Bogart the Explorer? So I have no idea who this guy is, but let's check him out.
Everyone's trying to kill each other with their cars, and there's no way out. This is Philippine driving.
I guess to give you guys a bit of a background, my dad's been to the Philippines quite a bit, and I've heard that it's just nuts in terms of what it's like to drive around in the Philippines. So I'm expecting it to be a lot of havoc.
Look at the horde of cars that's gathered around here. This is what's called a Philippine traffic jam. It's like a migration. It says here, bawal tumawid, main maintain the daytime, maintain a pedestrian footbridge. Yeah, so what that sign basically said is you can't use your cell phone while you're eating a coconut. That's dangerous, mate. People die of it.
I can already hear that he's trying to put on an Australian accent, so he's not doing a bad job, to be honest. He said might, like might, which is sort of that really broad version, the broad accent version of mate, right? So you might hear people say, you know, g'day mate, and it goes over into I kind of vowel territory, bit nasalized, and you might hear might. How's it going, mate? Yeah, I can't do it properly. I just say mate.
What the fuck? Now, Filipinos,
okay, language warning.
as a rule, will always have specific activities that they do whenever they're in a traffic jam.
Man, he's crushing the Australian accent. You hear him there say there. So he has clued in on the fact that, you know, and this is for the linguists, Australian English, like received pronunciation in British English, is non-rhotic, meaning that we do not pronounce the R at the end of words like Americans do, or say the Scottish, unless there's a vowel coming after it. So you would have heard him just then say there with no R. That was pretty good. I'm impressed.
They do whenever they're in a traffic jam.
And if he'd said in really close to there, he could have used the R. He could have said therein. But far out, his accent's not bad. I'm pretty impressed. I wonder if he's been to Australia.
Now, first situation is the game that all drivers like to play. How close I can get to your bumper with...
The thing I'm noticing there, accent-wise, he's doing pretty good, but I think the diphthongs he's kind of missing out on. So I think he said, like, close. But that Australian O sound is the really, really difficult diphthong to nail in the Australian accent. And that tends to be one of the few sounds that when someone's impersonating Australian English, if they don't nail that one, that's the one that sticks out and makes us think, yeah, that guy's putting on an accent. So to make it clear for you guys, O, right? O. So the front of the tongue doesn't lift up. It's the middle of the tongue coming up to the top of the mouth. The jaw lifts up and the lips kind of round a little bit as you're saying O. Oh, and it feels like you're pushing it to the front of the mouth as that tongue lifts up, the middle of the tongue. It feels like it's kind of pushing slightly to the front of the mouth. Oh, so you'll hear this in words like ghost, no, what else? Toe, right? Put me on the spot. Go, throw. So yeah, O. I'll notice when Americans say oh, it's much further at the back of the mouth, and that tends to be the way that foreign English speakers, people who are learning English as a foreign language, they will much more frequently say oh at the back of the throat, or oh, than oh. Anyway, let's keep going.
without actually bumping you. That's a nice game to play.
Man, he nailed the nice. You hear him say nice? Nice?
Ooh, nice.
That was really impressive. So he's got the I diphthong there, right? And he's nasalized it. So he's really worked well on the broad accent in Australian English. I'm really impressed. Good reference, Kate. I wasn't sure what to expect from this. So he said nice, nice, nice. So that's the broad Australian accent version of nice. So I would say nice, nice. If you raise it sort of at the back of your throat and a bit into the top of your, or the back of your nose there, it'll sound like, oh, nice, nice. So let's have another listen to that, and then maybe we'll move on to the next video.
That's a nice game to play.
Man, he crushed it. Good job. Far out. Anyway, we won't get stuck too long or else we'll be here all day. So the next one, apparently he is pretending to be Steve Irwin, and I have a feeling that that's the character that he's doing for all of these videos, hence the khaki clothes, hence the hat, although it's not much of a Cobra, which is, I think, what he was going for, maybe like Crocodile Dundee style. But pretty good job, pretty good job. I'm actually really impressed.
G'day, mice. Me and my assistant here, the domesticated Filipino singer, are here in the urban jungles of Metro Manila, the watering hole for various Philippine creatures. And we're on the
watering hole for various Philippine creatures. If he really wanted to be Australian, he should have said billabong. A billabong. Billabong is an Aboriginal word for a pond, a small piece of water, small thing of water in a dry riverbed. This is a billabong, and it's also a brand of surfing gear in Australia.
hunt for the quickest and cleverest land creature known to Filipinos.
See the O? He's not getting Filipinos. He's not really saying Filipinos. He's not doing that at the front of his mouth. Have another listen to that.
Creature known to Filipinos. A very sneaky Philippine snatcher. Now, this piece here of Magnanakaw is so elusive that it's never been caught on video in the wild. So we're hoping to catch one here today.
He got the I again. Did you hear him say wild? In the wild. So he's really nailed that I diphthong, and it really does sound broad. Have another listen.
Knockout is so elusive that it's never been caught on video in the wild. So we're hoping to catch one here today to tag it for science.
Man, and he just crushed today. Did you hear that? We're hoping to catch one here today. He used the T flap. So to break this down for you guys who are interested in Australian pronunciation, you can say the word as today, right? That's not incorrect. But when speaking in and using connected speech and speaking quickly, Australians quite often will say today. So they'll use two T flaps for the T in the word today at the front of it, and for the word day, or the letter D in the word today. Today, 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 today. Yeah, they'll drop the T. So what are we going to do today? What are we going to do today? That's really, really advanced, and most people never get that, but it can be done. And the reason it can be done with words like today or today, it's hard to do unless it's in a sentence. What are you doing today? Or what are you doing tomorrow? The reason you can do it there is because the to at the start of both of those words, today and tomorrow, it's a weakened vowel, it's a weakened syllable. So the T isn't emphasized. So that's why it can happen. What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing today? Today. Have another listen to that. That was epic.
And you catch one here today to tag it for scientific purposes. I am
Bogart the Explorer from Davao City.
Let's go.
Let's go. He didn't say go. He missed that. Yeah. I hope he's going to watch this video and learn a bit about the Australian O. So I'm curious to see what the snatcher is. I like that he has no shame as well.
Philippine snatchers are really fast and really elusive. Now, to catch them normally by chasing after them is just not an option. It's too darn hard. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my assistant here in the wild as a bait to catch our Philippine snatcher. use this cell phone, put a GPS tracker locator here in the cell phone, and when the snatcher takes the bait, I'll track him using this tracker device. As you will see, the Philippine snatcher is really, really sneaky, and it's really fast as well. He's gonna make a call. Go ahead, make a call. He's gonna make a call, hopefully bait the snatcher here. Sees it. We don't know which one the snatcher is. It also has camouflage skills.
I'm going to have to stop because I don't want it to just keep going and going and going. But yeah, he's doing pretty well. There are a few things he's missing out there in terms of the accent, but he is nailing quite a bit. And I heard him say hard, and he didn't say the R. So he's really got that non-roticity of Australian English down pat. So kudos. But I wonder if they're going to show us what this snatcher is.
You can't see. It blends in with everything. I think it's approaching now. It should be any minute soon.
All right, so the snatcher, by the sounds of it, is a thief, right? Someone is going to snatch your phone, so yeah.
Really fast. Didn't even see that coming.
Although it seems like this has totally been staged as they have different shots of the thief. Anyway, all right, so I get the point there, Let's go to the next one. Let's check out the Aussie test. So this is going to be the most interesting video out of them all, I think. And man, he's still going. The other one was what? 2011? 6 years later? 2017? Far out.
If I was wearing short shorts and kicking a footy with a singlet and playing the MCG,
Oh no.
what kind of sport am I playing?
Man, I just heard him say no, more like an Aussie. So maybe in the last 6 years he's really improved his pronunciation. Have a listen again to this.
Playing the MCG,
Oh no.
what kind of sport am I playing?
So they used a bit of slang there at the start. Kicking a footy, obviously football, a singlet. It could have said wife beater if you'd really wanted to use some slang there for a singlet. But a footy, obviously a football singlet is obviously a shirt. Well, a singlet. It's a shirt without sleeves on the sides, right? It's got those nice little thin bits that go over your shoulders. And then he mentioned, I think, the MCG, playing a game at the MCG. MCG is not slang, but it is an abbreviation of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So I wouldn't expect anyone to know that, though, slang or not, unless they'd been to Australia, to Melbourne in Victoria, and knew about AFL football, right? Australian Football League. So let's keep listening.
And playing the MCG,
Oh no.
what kind of sport am I playing?
G'day mates, it's me, your boy, Bogart the Explorer from Davao City, and we're here today at Hoipanga, Katapunan and Quezon City, and I'm joined by real live Aussie.
Man, he really has nailed that nasalization. Real live Aussie. So he's really going strong on the broad accent.
Dan Churchill, Hayden Quinn from the show Surfing the Menu, The Next Generation. And I just fed them a really, really awesome lunch from here. Now it's time to pay back the favour. Hayden's going to teach me some Aussie slang and prove.
Ooh, he said Aussie instead of Aussie. That's a common one, like not the sound, but a lot of Americans will say Aussie. We hate that. We hate hearing them say Aussie. It's Aussie, right? The vowel sound in words like on or off, Aussie.
My skill so that people can hire me a lot better. And Danny's got a couple of questions for me. How are we doing this?
All right, so I've got a bit of like a conversation that you have with a mate before you are going to do something in the afternoon. You ready?
Yeah, ready?
G'day, mate. You keen for a night on the piss with a couple of me old mates? Let's.
All right, so g'day, mate. Are you keen for a night on the piss with a couple of my old mates? That is effectively, how's it going, my friend? Are you keen? Are you interested in having some drinking some alcohol with some of my friends? Old mate can be used as sort of a slang term for male friends in English, in Australian English. G'day. Hello, how are you? What's going on? G'day, mate. And definitely use mate if you're talking to guys and it's an informal situation. G'day, mate. How's it going? G'day. Let's grab some grub first. Grub will be food. Let's just have a listen to that again for you guys.
G'day, mate. You keen for a night on the piss with a couple of me old mates? Let's grab some grub first, then go down the bottle-o, grab a couple of goon sacks. It's only a few k's down the road. If you want, we can get a few problem solvers as well. First we've got to fill up the ute, the servo, and then we can go get on it, and let's hope we don't come up a cropper.
Basically,
A cropper? Far out, he's used some slang here that I don't know. All right, so I'm going to try and break this down with the subtitles on the screen here. Where are we here? Okay, so we did the first bit. Let's grab some grub first. Let's get some food first. I'll play it and then get to the next scene.
First, then go down the bottle-o.
Then go down the bottle-o.
A bottle-o. A bottle-o is a bottle shop, somewhere you can buy grog, booze, alcohol. A bottle-o. Let's go to the bottle-o later and grab some beers. She's going to head over to the bottle-o and get some wine. I love going to the bottle-o on weekends. Bottle-o.
Grab a couple of goon sacks.
Goon sacks. Grab a couple of goon sacks. Now, goon is...
Goon. Oh my god. Goon. Goon is... one of the most famous inventions that young university students tend to love in Australia, and it is a plastic sack with wine in it. It is cask wine. So if someone says, I brought some goon to the party that's going off, they're talking about a sack of wine. Goon. Goon. And it's incredibly cheap. Let's get some goon, mate. I think it's like $5 at the shops. Goon.
That's goon, okay? It's a very famous thing. Everyone in Australia knows what goon is because it tends to be one of the drinks that people start getting on the piss with when they're young because it's very cheap. Whatever you do, though, do not buy the dry red wine. Goon.
It's only a few k's down the road.
A few k's down the road. K is short for kilometre, right? Kilometre. A few k's down the road, a few kilometres down the road.
If you want, we can get a few problem solvers.
Okay, we can get a few problem solvers. I don't know if that's rhyming slang. I'm not 100% sure what that is, so that'll be interesting to find out.
As well. First, we've got to fill up the ute at the servo.
First, we've got to fill up the ute at the servo. Ute is a utility vehicle. It tends to be like what a sedan looks like without the second two seats, and it's got a tray on the back instead. So that you can, tends to be tradies that buy utes so they can take their gear to and from work. People in, rural areas will have it so that they can take farm animals around and all their other gear, go camping, that sort of stuff. The servo is the service station, which is where you get petrol, right? We call it petrol, we don't call it gasoline, that's American. So you go to the servo, go to the service station, the petrol station.
And then we can go get on it and let's hope we...
When he says go and get on it, he's talking about drinking alcohol. So if you get on it, you get on the piss, you get on the alcohol, you get on the drinks, you drink alcohol, you begin to drink alcohol. And then I don't know what he means here by don't come up a cropper. I would imagine what that means, though, is like we don't have a bad time. But I've never heard to come up a cropper.
Don't come up a cropper.
Basically, you were asking mates if you want to have a drink at a bar. How will the
Got
rest
it.
go? But
The rest
grab some grub to eat.
Yeah.
To eat first.
Yeah, you
You're
got
going
it.
to take the ute, which is like a pickup truck, what we call it here, and then hopefully you don't get drunk, like you said. And then...
Come up a cropper. Okay, so apparently that means get drunk. To fall over, to have an accident. Be careful you don't come up a cropper on that push bike. Okay, there you go. So to have a bad time, right? To fall over.
Like you said. And then, what was the next one?
Got to go to the servo.
Gas station.
Yes,
That
yes.
you serve
Gas
yourself.
station.
Yeah.
You serve
that's
yourself, that's it. Maybe that's why we call it the service station, because you have to serve yourself, or maybe you get service.
Station.
Good.
You crushed it. Good job, man. Good job, Bogart.
Basically, that was it. G'day, mate. You keen for a night out on the piss with a couple of me old mates?
You went drinking
Yo,
last
mate.
night with your friends.
Let's grab some grub.
You'll notice there too that he missed the R vowel sound last night. That's the Australian way of saying that vowel sound, R. Last night. He said last night like an American. So just one more pronunciation tip there. Have a listen.
Couple of me old mates.
You went drinking last night with your friends.
Let's grab some grub
Let's
first,
eat first.
which is food, and then get down the bottle-o for a couple of goon sacks.
Okay, that's it. The bottle-o is like...
The liquor store.
Yeah. And then a couple of goon snacks.
So goon sack is
Snacks
like...
for goons, like alcohol.
Yeah,
Goon
it's
snacks.
You know when you get cask wine in a bag?
Yeah.
We call it a goon bag.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why we call it a goon bag.
It's only a few k's down the road.
It's not that far away,
Not
a few
that far.
kilometres.
And we can get a few problem solvers as well, which are beers. They solve the problem.
Okay, what does it say there? Problem solvers. So what does it say? Kook slang. What is a kook? C-O-O-C. I've never heard that word either. Kook slang for a handle of booze, a problem solver. Example, Kevin, how's it going, guy? I don't think I would ever say that. How's it going, guy? I'd say, how's it going, mate? Not good. And the lady And the lady are calling it quits after 8 years. Oh, not good. Me and the lady, man, needs punctuation. Me and the lady, me and the wife, me and my girlfriend are calling it quits after 8 years. We're ending our relationship after 8 years. Sit tight, guy. I'll be right over with a problem solver. Okay, so there you go. Beer.
They solve the problems. First, we've got to fill up the ute at the servo, which you know, and then we can get on it, and let's hope we don't come a cropper, which means let's hope we don't turn out too wasted. Very good. Yeah. Very good. You're good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you crushed it.
Aussie boy right here.
It's Roy here.
Now,
Thank you so much.
On that, it's important that obviously you've been to Australia.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to test you.
Right.
I want to see how well you know Australian culture. It's going to be pretty tough, but I should maybe go multiple choice. But to start off with, if I was wearing short shorts and kicking a footy with a singlet and playing...
Did I mention the short reference there? So this is something my wife's always talking about in Australia, how it's really weird to see men with shorts where the bottom of the shorts actually goes, you know, halfway up the leg. It's not hanging around where the knees are. It actually goes higher up. This is just something that men tend to wear in Australia, especially in summer, and tradies on work sites wear these all the time. It's something my wife always notices. Kel, you better not be, you know, perving on these guys. But she always laughs at it. She thinks it's really funny because that would never happen in Brazil. Anyway, short shorts, right? Shorts that are shorts. Short. Shorts that are short.
in the MCG.
Oh no.
What kind of sport am I playing?
Ringlet and CG.
Singlet, short
Singlet,
shorts,
short shorts.
MCG.
Is that like Aussie rules football?
Crushed it.
One from one.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's too good.
That's too easy.
Okay. If I was ordering a long black, first off, what is it? And for a bonus point, what's actually created by?
Give me clues.
Okay, so
You have it in the morning.
You have it in the morning, yeah, good point.
So he's talking about a long black coffee, right? So you have an espresso, which is, I guess, a short black, maybe with a little bit of water. It's still a short black, but when you add in, you know, half a cup of water, it becomes a long black. Though, I don't know what he said, something that was a bit weird.
Give me clues.
Okay, so
What did he say?
okay, if I was ordering a long black, first off, what is it? And for a bonus point, what's actually created by?
What's actually it created by? I think he means who creates it, who makes it, a barista?
Give me clues.
Okay, so
You
what's
have it in the
something-
morning.
You have it in the morning, yeah, good point.
Coffee.
Yes! Now the last
3
thing,
for 3.
what's a typical Australian breakfast? Something that we spread on toast.
He's talking about Vegemite.
Oh, that's an easy one.
I was going to say avocado on toast.
Wow.
I'll give you it anyway because you're pretty much right.
Avocado on toast. No way.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
I'm just going to assign your declaration.
All right, there you go. This guy crushed it. So, Bogart, good job. And Kate, thanks for sending these videos through because, yeah, clearly this guy is a massive fan of Australia. I'd love to know more about his backstory. It sounds like he's definitely been there for a long time and that he has a good ear. He's got a really good ear for pronunciation. But, yeah, I guess go over the first half of this video where I was talking a bit more about his pronunciation and the things he was getting right, things he was getting wrong, if it's something you're interested in, because the things that he was mucking up tend to be common for people who are screwing up an Australian accent because they're not Australian, go figure. But I was really impressed with the things that he was getting right because those are very advanced aspects. That roticity or non-roticity in Australian English, whew, to nail that, it's very difficult. So, man, hats off to you, Bogart. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoy this. If you have some videos that you would like me to check out and react to, put them in the comments below and let me know. What did you think of Bogart? Do you think he deserves his Aussie citizenship or what? Like he's done a stellar job. Anyway, peace out, guys.